Finn and Vera lived in a world bursting with color and giggles. One sunny morning, Vera found a tiny, sparkly seed that needed a very special home. It was a rare sun petal flower seed, whispered to grow only in the deepest, warmest jungle. Finn's eyes sparkled. A jungle adventure sounded like the best fun ever. Vera packed her magic watering can and Finn grabbed his trusty explorer's cap. They waved goodbye to their friendly garden gnomes and set off. The path to the jungle was winding and green, full of singing birds. Soon, giant leaves brushed their faces and the air felt warm and humid. They heard strange, happy chirps and rumbles all around them. Suddenly, a friendly monkey with a long, curly tail swung down to greet them. The monkey chattered and pointed deeper into the jungle. "I think he knows where the warmest spot is," Vera chirped. Finn playfully copied the monkey's swinging, making Vera giggle. They followed the monkey deeper past shimmering waterfalls and giant glowing mushrooms. The jungle floor was spongy and soft under Finn's feet. Vera spotted a patch of glowing moss, a perfect sign of warmth. Suddenly, a tiny, colorful parrot flew by carrying a sparkling berry. The parrot chirped, then dropped the berry right at their feet. "A gift!" Finn exclaimed, popping it into his mouth. It tasted like sunshine and rainbow sprinkles. Further on, they found a giant, friendly sloth hanging upside down. The sloth yawned a huge, silent yawn, showing a pink tongue. Vera gently showed the sloth the sun petal seed. The sloth blinked slowly and pointed a long claw towards a distant clearing. "That must be it," Finn cheered, jumping up and down. They thanked the sleepy sloth and continued their journey. The jungle grew brighter as they neared the clearing. They pushed aside one last curtain of vines and gasped. Before them was a sparkling, sun-drenched pool surrounded by ancient, glowing trees. This was the perfect, warmest spot for the sun petal seed. Vera found a patch of soft, dark earth right by the sparkling pool. With a flick of her wrist, she planted the tiny seed. Finn carefully poured a tiny bit of water from Vera's magic can. Suddenly, the earth shimmered, and a tiny green sprout appeared. "It's growing!" Finn shouted with glee. The sprout grew taller and taller, reaching for the sun. Then a bud appeared, shimmering with golden light. Slowly, gently, the bud began to unfurl its petals. A magnificent sun petal flower bloomed, radiating pure joy. Its petals looked like tiny suns, forever shining. Butterflies with rainbow wings fluttered around the new flower. The air filled with a sweet, happy fragrance. Vera carefully collected a tiny sprinkle of golden pollen. This pollen would help other flowers grow strong and bright. Finn decided to name the new flower Sunny Sparkle. They knew it would bring happiness to the whole jungle. It was time to head home, their mission complete. The monkey waved goodbye from its vine. The parrot chirped a cheerful farewell. And the sloth gave a slow, gentle blink. Walking through the jungle, Finn spotted a bright blue butterfly. Vera pointed out a tiny, sparkling beetle on a leaf. They laughed at a playful frog jumping from lily pad to lily pad. The jungle sounds were like a happy, secret orchestra. Finn pretended his blue cap was a brave explorer's helmet. Vera used her magic to make a thorny bush sparkle with tiny lights. They discovered a hidden cave with glowing crystals inside. The crystals hummed a gentle, happy tune. Finn wished he could take a piece home, but knew it belonged there. They left the cave, leaving its magic undisturbed. The path home felt even more special now. Finn pretended a giant leaf was his personal umbrella. Vera sprinkled magic dust on a patch of wilted flowers. They bloomed instantly, adding more beauty to the jungle. A friendly chameleon changed colors to match Finn's shirt. Finn tried to do the same, but only turned a little pink from laughing. They danced through a patch of bouncy, springy flowers. Each step made a happy, boing sound. Vera used her magic to make a river sparkle with edible glitter. Finn took a big, refreshing sip. It tasted like sweet lemonade. They saw a family of tiny, fluffy cloud kittens playing in the sky. The cloud kittens chased each other, purring soft thunder. They found a path made entirely of rainbow-colored stepping stones. Each step made a tiny musical chime. Finn tried to hop a tune, but mostly just giggled. Vera spotted a family of tiny, friendly fireflies. They blinked their lights in a welcoming pattern. Finn pretended his fingers were tiny fireflies, blinking them rapidly. The air grew cooler as they left the deepest jungle. They saw their familiar garden lights twinkling in the distance. Their garden gnomes waved hello from their cozy homes. "We made it!" Finn exclaimed, doing a happy little dance. Vera carefully placed the golden pollen in a special jar. It glowed brightly, a reminder of their jungle adventure. They shared stories of sunny sparkle with all their garden friends. The gnomes ooh-ed and ah-ed at the tails. The squirrels chattered excitedly, wanting to hear more. Even the shyest garden snail peeked out to listen. Vera used a tiny bit of the pollen to help a wilting rose. The rose bloomed even brighter, thanking Vera with its scent. Finn decided to draw a map of their jungle journey. He drew the friendly monkey, sloth, and parrot. Vera added tiny, sparkling details to the map with her magic. The map became a glowing treasure, full of memories. They hung the map in Vera's little garden shed. It would remind them of their brave rescue of Sunny Sparkle. Every night, the map would glow softly, a comforting light. Finn dreamed of more jungle adventures and new seeds to find. Vera knew their garden would always be a place for growth and magic. One morning, Finn found a new sparkly feather near the garden gate. It was from a rare, giggling jungle bird. Maybe it needs help finding its way home, Vera wondered. Finn instantly knew it meant another jungle adventure. Vera packed a tiny picnic basket with glitter berries. Finn brought his favorite skipping stone just in case. They followed the path from the glowing map. The jungle welcomed them with warm breezes and happy whispers. The giggling bird's feather shimmered, pointing the way. They heard a faint musical giggle in the distance. "That must be our giggling bird," Vera whispered. The path led to a bright open meadow within the jungle. And there it was, a magnificent rainbow-feathered bird. The bird giggled, a cascade of musical notes filling the air. But something was wrong. Its nest was high up in a tall tree. And a tiny sparkly egg had rolled out. The mother bird chirped sadly, unable to reach it. "We have to help," Finn declared, looking up at the tree. Vera knew her magic could help make the climb easier. She sprinkled glowing dust onto the tree bark. Tiny glowing handholds appeared, making a magical ladder. Finn started to climb carefully, one glowing step at a time. Vera flew ahead, lighting the way with her shimmering wings. Higher and higher they went, past giant colorful flowers. The wind tickled Finn's ears, but he kept going. Vera pointed to the tiny, sparkly egg now much closer. Almost there. Finn stretched his hand out carefully. The branch wobbled, making his heart do a little flip. Vera quickly added a magical sparkle to steady the branch. With gentle fingers, Finn scooped up the sparkly egg. It glowed softly in his palms, warm and safe. He carefully placed it back into the cozy nest. The mother bird flew up, chirping with immense relief. She nuzzled the egg, then nuzzled Finn's cheek. A soft musical giggle filled the air once more. Finn slid down the magical ladder, feeling super proud. Vera gently removed the glowing handholds with a flick of her wrist. The tree returned to its peaceful, ancient slumber. The giggling bird gave one last happy flutter before they left. Back in their garden, Finn felt happy and sleepy. Vera knew that every day was an opportunity to help and care. And with a friend by your side, anything is possible. The next morning, the sun shone extra bright. Finn woke up feeling rested and ready for more fun. Vera was already tending to the dew-kissed blossoms. A tiny, friendly glowworm wiggled its way to Finn's toe. Finn tickled it back, making the glowworm giggle with light. Vera found a small, lost ladybug with sparkling spots. Its home leaf had floated far away in the night breeze. "We can help it find its way back," Finn chirped. Vera used her magic to create a tiny, glowing compass. The compass needle spun, then pointed towards a shimmering, distant forest. "Another adventure awaits," Finn exclaimed, grabbing his cap. They set off, the tiny ladybug safe in Vera's hand. The path led through fields of bouncy singing flowers. Finn tried to sing along, but just made silly sounds. They met a friendly, fluffy caterpillar wearing tiny spectacles. The caterpillar pointed them towards a shortcut through a berry bush. Finn carefully picked a handful of delicious, juicy berries. They tasted like summer sunshine and sweet dreams. The shimmering forest grew closer, sparkling even brighter. Finally, they arrived at the edge of the magical forest. The compass pulsed, pointing directly into the sparkling trees. "This must be it," Vera whispered, her voice full of wonder. They stepped into the forest where every leaf glowed. Tiny luminous flowers lit their path like fairy lanterns. The air hummed with soft, happy magic. Suddenly, they saw a giant, shimmering leaf floating gently. "That's it!" The ladybug's antennae wiggled excitedly. But the leaf was too high for the little ladybug to reach. Finn had a goofy, brilliant idea. He pulled out his trusty skipping stone. Vera understood and sprinkled it with anti-gravity magic. "Climb on, little friend," Finn told the ladybug. The ladybug carefully climbed onto the floating stone. Vera aimed the stone towards the shimmering leaf. Finn gave it a gentle, perfect push. The stone floated through the air, a tiny, happy spaceship. It landed perfectly on the shimmering leaf. The ladybug joyfully wiggled off, home at last. It waved its tiny legs in thanks. The shimmering leaf seemed to glow even brighter with happiness. Their journey complete, they headed back through the glowing forest. The singing flowers seemed to sing a special song for them. Finn showed Vera his favorite cloud shape, a flying banana. Vera made the cloud twinkle with a little magic. They saw their cozy garden lights in the distance. Their garden gnomes waved enthusiastically from their homes. Finn skipped all the way home, happy and tired. Vera gently tucked him into his bed. He dreamed of floating stones and grateful ladybugs. Vera watched over the sleeping garden, a guardian of dreams. The next morning, a tiny new flower bloomed in the garden. It was shaped just like a cheerful, giggling bird. Vera winked, a thank you from their jungle friend. Finn knew that every good deed made the world a little brighter, and that sharing kindness was the best adventure of all. The end. Go to the next adventure.